Welcome to the year of the metal rat, Aries. Year of the yang metal rat begins on January 25th of 2020, lasting through until February 11th of 2021. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. I'm a Rosicrucian seer, a biblical astrologer, Christian psychic, and Gnostic mystic. And this is a Readings by Rosemary angelic transmission. Now, rats are very, very useful creatures. Scientists use lab rats in experiments to bring better treatment modalities to human beings. Sometimes, lab assistants have told me that they wonder if laboratory rats are actually experimenting on their human master's degree or doctorate degree students that care for them. In reality, who's serving who? Now, some people think rats are not important, but nothing could be further from the truth. Rat came in first place in the Jade Emperor's Zodiac race. And we're going to get into that a little bit more later on. But just keep in mind, rat came in first place. It shows you how important rat is, okay? So we're going to talk about that race a little bit later on. For now, let's look at specifics for you, Aries, during year of the yang metal rat. Now, the astrology lucky charms for Aries, the ram, is for Aries, the gemstone, the lucky charms, is diamond, okay? Diamond is for the gemstone. The colors for Aries are red, coral green, or light blue. And the numbers are 1, 6, and 8. These are for Aries, the ram. Now, the metal rat lucky charms, this is specifically for yang metal rat, which occurs every 60 years. So, metal rat lucky charms, gemstones, watermelon, tourmaline. Colors are gold, white, blue, and green. And the numbers are 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. That's for the yang metal rat. Those are those lucky correspondences. Now, the number combination specifics, although generally speaking, the numbers 4 and 5 and 9 are not recommended during a rat year, throughout a yang metal rat year, 5 and 9 are more promising than during other elemental rat years. Color combination specifics, generally colors are not recommended during year of the rat. The colors that you don't want to use, usually speaking, for a rat year, you don't want to use brown and yellow. Nevertheless, there's an exception here. For the duration of a yang metal rat year, yellow is more propitious than during other elemental rat years. So yellow is not so bad in a yang metal rat year. So stay away from brown, though. Now, rat loves other rat personalities, dragon and monkey. So we're talking about the compatibility of what zodiac animals and rat, okay? So rat, again, loves other rat personalities. Rat loves dragon and rat loves monkey. Rat really likes snake, rooster, ox, pig, and rabbit. Now, rat likes goat, dog, and tiger. Rat dislikes horse. Okay. Now, for the Aries personality during a yang metal rat year will amplify sort of initiatory qualities that Aries has. So during the yang metal rat year, the Aries personality that already has this initiatory kind of igniting kind of energy, these qualities are going to be really brought out and amplified and intensified during the yang metal rat year. Those aspects will be increased. Now, Aries begins many things in all walks of life, because again, Aries is an initiator and begins many things in various areas of life. And in year of the yang metal rat gives Aries the sort of tough resolve necessary to bring those personal goals to fruition. Now, henceforth, Aries, this is a year of new beginnings, innovative ideas, and fresh projects. And admiration or envy of what others have obtained in life as leverage to any desire to compare what the ram has accomplished with what other individuals or groups have achieved thus far in their life, okay? Now, determination in work, relationships, health, and fitness are all given a boost by a rat's dynamism and increased energy. Yang metal facet contributes a lot of fortitude that will help Aries move past being an initiator and into being a sustainer. And that's very important for you, Aries, a sustainer of the ram's autonomy. Much needed self-care, confidence, and focus. Okay. Now, for Aries placement in the Jade Emperor's Zodiac race, Western astrology sign of Aries corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of dragon. So Aries corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of dragon. Legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Dragon came in 5th place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Now, dragon was thought to be fast and sort of magnificent by the Jade Emperor, who was curious about why dragon did not come in 1st place as was expected. Now, Dragon explained to his supreme ruler that he had stopped to help villagers by putting out a fire with an immense lungful of his breath that was threatening their village, and that he also paused in his quest for 1st place to help Rabbit by using a puff of air from his lungs to push Rabbit out of a situation where he was stuck in a river needing Dragon's help to get to the water's edge. Now, this story makes a good point that the Jade Emperor was very proud of Dragon's consideration of others, whom he put before his own passionate desire to come in 1st place, as everyone had anticipated. Now, we're going to move on to Aries cardinal fire. These qualities for Aries. Aries is cardinal fire. The yang qualities of year of the yang metal rat will warm up and speed up, lighten and dry your already fire actively vigorous qualities, giving you an occasion for personal advancement, vitality, and enthusiasm. Rat attributes, they're going to include one cold aspect, with the qualities of winter being an important characteristic to take into account, keeping things from getting too hot. Now, Yang metal rat year is also cooled and relaxed by the element of water, which is the main element associated with rat in Chinese astrology. Metal shares masculine attributes with yang, and water corresponds with the yin qualities of a winter season's frost, thereby causing a bit of calming of Aries' active nature that will help the metal facet produce the sustaining quality that Aries so requires to see dreams turn into reality. We need that sustainer to help Aries make the things that you began become something that you can then sustain and accomplish, and this is a year when you can really do that, year of the Yang metal rat. Now, Aries' sizzling forcefulness will become even more strong when Yang metal rat year imparts its authority into the mix. Now, Aries, the ram year of the Yang metal rat lesson. So what lesson should you derive, Aries? Avoid those who would attempt to deter Aries from the ram's chosen path in life. Okay? Others might become so jealous that they try to confine the ram. Some may attempt to use the ram's newfound power and potency for their own selfish ambition, seeking to deter Aries from completing her or his own individual projects, plans, and goals. Again, Yang metal rat year will help Aries to focus on herself or himself during a rat year, which is necessary, and rat attributes will sort of grant the ram the extra vigor needed to push through any obstacles that usually stop Aries after an initial burst of energy, and find that valuable quality of determination to stick to any venture chosen by Aries. Now, regarding Aries the ram in the year of the Yang metal rat, what will be your blessing? Okay, your blessing. Expect more offers from people who want to gain access to Aries power during Yang metal rat cycle. People and animals alike will react and take notice of the ram throughout this powerful time frame. Aries' ability to exude traits of instigation and willpower at the beginning of the Chinese astrology cycle will compel others to want to bring stardom and the fortune that goes with fame to the ram, again wanting to somehow bask in the warmth and light of Aries' fire of fire nature. Aries will be offered to be put in charge of many things. So the ram should pace herself or himself and take full advantage of the focus, okay? The center and the focus that's going to be afforded in Yang Metal Rat year. All rat years give Aries this opportunity that comes every 12 years, because it's the beginning of a cycle. Nevertheless, remember that only once every 60 years bestows the opportunity that elements of Yang and Metal bring to a rat year that begins a new Chinese zodiac cycle and beginnings. And beginnings is what Aries is all about. So Aries, even though it's in a Western astrology, you are the beginning of the zodiac in a natural chart. You're the natural first house of self and appearances. In the Chinese zodiac, it splits between Sagittarius and Scorpio, which it splits between rat and pig. So as you see, in a rat year, which associates with Sagittarius, because that's the beginning of a Chinese cycle. Rat is the beginning of a Chinese cycle. Since you're Aries and you're beginning in a Western cycle, the two together will give you that new beginning and that beginning of a new cycle kind of energy. And that's what we mean by that. Okay? So now we're going to get into some attributes that have to do with specifics for the Yang Metal Rat attributes and what lessons and attributes and blessings will come from this Yang Metal Rat year. Now we're going to look at the year of the rat and how it corresponds with the sign of Sagittarius, the Archer, in Western astrology. So we have a little diagram here with the wheel of the zodiac, and it is here. Sagittarius, the Archer, is in the 9th position. It's in the natural 9th house, with Aries being number 1, the natural 9th house of the zodiac of life path meaning, Sagittarius, the Archer. Now that corresponds again with rat in Chinese astrology. So again, Western astrology, sign of Sagittarius, corresponds with Chinese zodiac animal of rat. Okay, now legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the zodiac wheel. Rat came in first place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Rat made a deal to catch, to kind of catch a ride with cat on ox. So, Rat had the idea, and he convinced cat to sort of hitchhike a ride on top of the ox, because they were the best of friends, the cat and the rat, and thought that ox would be able to sort of cross the river faster and more assuredly than anyone else, thereby getting them excellent placements on the astrological wheel. Now, rat made a move that caused cat to be thrown off ox, allowing rat to get ahead of everyone and finish in first place. Rat finished in first place. Now, according to legend, this is why nowadays rat and cat do not get along, even though they used to be very close friends. The cat is mad at rat, and rat knows why, and also recognizes that cat's anger is right, which is why we see cat always chasing rat to get retribution, and rat running away from cat. Okay, now regarding the metal rat attributes, for year of the Yang, metal rat has general rat qualities and is known to be essential, animated, vigilant, and also clever, although fragile, amusing, watchful, and lithe. Now, metal qualities will add much strength and steely nerve, willpower, focus, self-assurance, and determination to rat's more lively, humorous, quick, and dynamic personality attributes. Now, regarding the metal rat advice for year of the Yang metal rat, Yang metal rat is a year to focus, really focus in, center in, on the parts of life that bring out one's enthusiasm, obsessions, self-concerns in life. This is not a time for philanthropic ideas or ventures unless such activities are beneficial where self-interests are concerned. A desire for freedom will prevail during Yang metal rat year, which should not be denied, lest breakups or abandonment become the only way to attain such personal emancipation. Metal rat year is an excellent time frame in which to find solutions for any troubles that might have resulted from keeping a slower pace during the previous year of the yin earth pig. Now, indeed, this is the period to sort of play catch up because Yang metal rat affords one intelligent and covetousness and control to do so. Now, regarding metal rat influence, Yang metal rat begins a new cycle in Chinese astrology, and this is very important since any rat year starts another cycle of 12 Chinese animal zodiac signs. New cycles in astrology cause new plans to be developed, fresh ideas to be considered or proposed, and innovative projects to be started. Trying out new things or initiating new situations must involve some chance, and therefore one must be mindful in order to make sure that such risks have a high probability of succeeding. Year of the Rat repeats every 12 years in Chinese astrology, while Year of the Yang metal rat repeats every 60 years, occurring in 2020, 2080, 2140, 2200, 2260, and 2320. Traditional Chinese zodiac places rat, which associates again with Sagittarius, Sagittarius the archer, in Western astrology system at the beginning, November 22nd to December 21st, and pig, which associates with the sign of Scorpio, which is right before Sagittarius, at the ending, okay, of the zodiac, from October 23rd to November 22nd of the astrological wheel. So the beginning of the Chinese zodiac is rat, that associates with Sagittarius, and the ending of the Chinese zodiac is pig, which associates with Scorpio. Okay, so that's where their delineation occurs. That's a difference where our delineation occurs at Aries and Pisces. Okay, all right. So now, with that said, it is also, though, intriguing to notice that the Chinese zodiac splits its beginning and ending again between rat, Sagittarius, and pig, Scorpio, which is right where the mysterious zodiac sign of Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, is found. Okay, Ophiuchus is often called the 13th zodiac sign. It is equally fascinating to become aware that the Celtic pagans consider the festival of Samhain on the 31st of October is actually being their new year. Okay, so that's one sort of coincidence. Also, being a lunar calendar. That's why it's a lunar calendar. So you see these similarities when you have lunar calendars. With that said, when corresponding with Western astrology, one would associate the head of Western zodiac sign, which is Aries. Again, now that's Aries is associated with dragon, and Pisces is associated with the tail of Western astrology, and Pisces is associated with rabbit. Pisces is associated with rabbit. Okay, and that's very important to understand how these all sort of, where the slight differences and where they also have similarities. It's also fascinating to comprehend that there are many cultures, more than one New Year's celebratory festivals in a year. And in the Hebrew calendar, that was used in the Bible, and that Jesus Christ utilized, since he was Jewish, a Jewish rabbi, and what is still used, it's a lunisolar calendar. So they have the lunar, but they also still pay very close attention to the lunar months and the lunar, like the beginning, when there's a full moon, when there's a new moon, and all the various attributes, and starting with the new moon. So it's very important, and that's where a lot of secrets are kept, is in the lunar. A lot of spiritual secrets are in the lunar mysteries. Okay. Now, metal rat year is formed from the attributes of being the seventh heavenly stem of yang metal, gotten from 10 celestial elemental qualities and the first earthly branch gotten from 12 terrestrial animal personalities. And in many ways, this is very much similar to Kabbalah and to Christian Jewish Kabbalah, because you're taking like an attribute. Even tarot talks about that. You take an attribute like the fire signs in Western astrology, and then you have fire of fire and air of fire and water of fire, and that's reflected in the tarot cards in Western astrology. So you see these celestial stems and branches are very similar. It's very, very similar. So it's also important to note that the 10 heavenly or celestial stems are derived from the 5 elements in Chinese astrology, which are fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. The 10 qualities are comprised of characteristics of yin and yang divisions within the assigned elemental attribute, with this current year of the metal rat being a yang metal rat year. Yang metal rat. Therefore, there are 10 aspects gotten from yin and yang characteristics of the 5 Chinese elements. Now, the primary guardian angels, we're going to go into a little bit here, some guardian angels you can use during this year, if you're familiar with some of the more familiar guardian angels. We'd like to give you some which will be helpful during year of the yang metal rat, and because of the associations that we're going to show you how, if we're utilizing Sagittarius and yang and also metal, how this will kind of give you the right guardian angels to utilize to make this a very auspicious and prosperous and lucky year for you. Now, primary guardian angels, again, for year of the yang metal rat. Okay. Elemental archangel of metal is a bit tricky, since Western elements do not include the elements of metal and wood. Okay, so Western does not have wood and metal. Okay, so also Chinese elements themselves do not include the element of air. So you have 5 in Chinese and 4 in the Western system. Therefore, we shall divulge the closest approximations available using the element of yang and the Western zodiac sign of Sagittarius to help us find the best representations of these guardian archangels for you. Now, yang corresponds with fire and does as does the sign of Sagittarius the archer. So yang and Sagittarius both correspond with fire. And again, Sagittarius corresponds to the rat, okay, in Chinese astrology. Therefore, archangel of the element of fire, being the elemental archangel Michael or Michael. Okay, most of us anyway are familiar with the archangel Michael or Michael. Michael will represent and present as guardian angel during this astrological transit. Now again, year of the rat in Chinese astrology corresponds with zodiac sign of Sagittarius in Western astrology, and consequently associates with elemental archangel of fire signs referred to in various Christian and ancient Christian and also Hebrew traditions, as well as in scriptures, as being again Michael or Michael, astrology angel of this seasonal aspect of Creator's great clock. I'm talking about the Sagittarius, that association. Now, we are taught through oral tradition and Kabbalistic writings that astrology archangel or zodiac angel Adnachiel is our association, Adnachiel, for this portion of Creator's cosmological progression expressed in extra-biblical Christian Jewish writings. Zohar is what we recommend as a primary source of written Kabbalistic knowledge. These angels and archangels present in their masculine forms due to yang elemental association of yang in metal rat year. Yang metal rat, yang is masculine, yin is feminine, so since it's yang metal rat year, it is going to be a more masculine presentation of these archangels. Now the secondary guardian angels for yang metal rat year, planetary archangels which associate with Sagittarius, being Western astrology correspondence for year of the rat, again Sagittarius, year of the rat, okay, is the angelic ruler of Jupiter, being Sachiel. Awareness of both Western or Eastern astrology associations is very helpful in this matter. Now, Earth and celestial angelic coordinates for Yang metal rat year. Okay, we're going to go over the Earth, the grounded Earth angelic coordinates, and the celestial, heavenly, celestial, angelic coordinates. Because even though we're using Michael for fire and all of that, and Raphael, and Uriel, okay, and Gabriel, we're using these traditional guardian angels, these 4 guardian archangels of the Watchtower. We are utilizing them, but keep in mind that their positions, where they're placed, is different on the Earth coordinates than in the celestial coordinates. Okay, it's a different because we're going with elements of the Earth and then where the constellations are, so they have different positions where they are located, and we're going to go over that for you to make it easy. But we'll make it easy for you. So again, these are going to be both Earth and celestial angelic coordinates. Now, for Earth coordinates, Earth first, of elemental guardian, elemental archangel of Earth is the Archangel Uriel. The Archangel Uriel. Now, in the East, the elemental archangel of air is Raphael. Raphael, again, these are for the Earth coordinates, but this is in the East, elemental archangel of air, Raphael. In Earth coordinates, in the South, we're going to have, in the South, for the Earth coordinates, in the South, elemental archangel of fire, Michael or Michael. Okay, now in the West, we're going to have elemental archangel of water, Gabriel, for the Earth coordinates. The Earth coordinates in the West, elemental archangel of water, Gabriel. Gabriel. Now we're going to look at the celestial coordinates of elemental guardian angels. All right, these guardian angels, these elemental angels, archangels of the watchtowers. Now, the celestial coordinates are as follows. In the north, when you're talking about the celestial, in the north, okay, the north elemental archangel of water is Gabriel. Gabriel in the north, elemental archangel of water in the celestial coordinates. Now, the east elemental archangel is Michael of fire. So in the celestial coordinates, the east is elemental archangel of fire, Michael or Michael. Okay? Okay. Now, the celestial coordinates for the south, celestial coordinates, elemental archangel of earth, Uriel is in the south. In the south, in the celestial coordinates, all right? And in the west, finally, for the celestial coordinates, the elemental archangel of air in the west, in the celestial coordinates, the archangel of air, Raphael. Raphael. All right, so these again are the angels that many people in many cultures are very much familiar with. They're very familiar guardian archangels and elemental archangels of the watchtowers in both the earth and the heavens. Now, fortunate compass directions in year of the Yang metal rat finds good fortune, new opportunity, and prosperity in the northeast, the southeast, and west directions. Now we're going to go over Yang. Yang is masculine. Yang is day. Yang is hot. It's fire. It is dry. It is summer. It is the outer portion. It is energetic. It is expanding. It is hard, like the metal, Yang metal rat, and it is dorsal, the back part. It is dorsal, and it is outer, exterior. Okay? Now, for the metal attributions, we have ambition, self-reliant, willful, strong, and very self-assured. But also with metal, you're going to have the element is going to also have dry and grief and pungent and be associated with the nose, with willpower and resolve strong as metal. General rat associations, Yang. This is for the general rat association, for the animal of rat in the Chinese Zodiac. General rat associations, again, rat is considered also to be yang. Rat is winter though. Winter. Also rat is also water. Sagittarius again, and lily of the valley is the flower that's associated, and it's the 11th month on the Chinese lunar calendar. Okay, there are five elements in Chinese astrology, being fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. That's fire, metal, wood, earth, and water. Fire controls metal. Metal controls wood. Wood controls earth. Earth controls water. Water controls fire. So this is a circle. And this is how nature keeps things in balance. And this is how Chinese medicine works, of keeping everything in balance, where you're not necessarily, an ancient Chinese medicine, which I studied in nursing school when I was studying to be an RN. I had a wonderful teacher from China who taught us some of that, and she had mentioned that they don't, in the ancient system, they didn't give you a diagnosis that was, this is what you have and this is what's going to happen to you, where the observer is saying what's going to happen to you and changing it with their consciousness. No, they give you, this is what's going on, and this is a little bit out of balance, and this is a little bit out of balance, and a little bit too much dry, a little bit not enough moist, a little bit too much yin, not enough yang, or whatever, these kinds of things. And then treat those individual things, and then you will begin to get better if you adhere to doing these types of things. And they got their they weren't paid the way the medical profession is paid today. They were paid with, if the people could work and build houses and tend to their animals and grow their food, then everybody was healthy, and then the doctor of the village could be fed if they were all healthy. So what did the doctor do? The doctor kept them healthy, right? So in a system where the more sick you are, the more money they make, not so good. But in a system where the more healthy you are, the more productive the doctor's life is, because he's cared for, because he cares for them, they care for him or her. It's probably, as far as I can tell, probably a better system. And I have been treated by Chinese medicine and had wonderful results with acupuncture and that kind of thing. But I digress. Just as a patient, that was my experience to help, some muscle aches, really was helpful for me. Now, so this is a circle of life. As we come full circle, we attempt to balance these 5 elements. Now, for fire, we have the attributes of joy, heat, bitter, and it's the tongue. For earth, we have worry, and it's damp, sweet, and mouth. For metal, we have grief, dry, pungent, and nose. For water, we have fear, cold, salty, the ears. For wood, we have anger, wind, sour, and the eyes. Now, to calculate the Chinese New Year, simply count the second new moon that comes after the winter solstice. Now, disclaimers in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and join us again.